Coins you never thought were rare. In this video, we're going to be going over some really rare coins that not many people know about, and they're likely selling them online and to coin shops for too little amount of money. It's typically a very small detail that you need to be looking for on your coin to see how much it's actually worth. Without any further ado, let's hop right into this video. Up first, we have a 1922 1-cent coin that sold for 780 bucks. That's a lot of money for a little wheat penny. So what's going on here? A few things. First of all, this coin has what we call an obverse lamination. So as you see right where Lincoln is looking there, there's a bit of an issue on the planchet, which is the piece of metal the coin struck on. This coin got graded by NGC at a very fine 25. That's a low grade for this coin. The biggest factors on this coin that you would need to look out for is going to be the date. So 1922 is very, very important for the Lincoln cent. If it has no D mint mark below the date, so this one has no D mint mark, typically they will come with a D below the date, and the reverse looks very strong like this, then you have a coin that's worth a lot of money, especially if it grades higher. Not many people knew what to look for on this coin, which is why it got graded so lowly, because it went out into circulation. It was passing a lot of people's hands before someone noticed it and said, hey, this is actually a very rare coin, and they turned 1 penny into $780. Here's a genuine 5-cent buffalo nickel. Like before the Jefferson nickel, the US produced buffalo nickels like this. Big thing here is there's a retained cud die break on this coin. So to keep it very simple, when they were producing this specific coin, the die that strikes the coin broke, causing this look at the top left of the coin. That's why this buffalo nickel sold for $240. All right, here's a Sacagawea dollar. We're all familiar with these coins. A lot of people think they're gold, but they're actually not. What you need to be paying attention to on your coin is to see if the die was rotated. So this one had a 110-degree rotated die. This one got graded by PCGS at a mint state 66, and it sold for $288. Pretty apparent here, so we'll keep it quick, but this 1910 1-cent coin was double struck, and the second strike was 15% off center. It got graded by PCGS at an XF40, and it sold for $720. Here's an Eisenhower dollar. Now typically these coins are not worth a ton of money, however this one had an incomplete punched planchet. All you really need to know is that if your 1973 D Eisenhower dollar looks like this with this issue going on, and it grades very highly like this one at a PCGS mint state 65, then you're in for a treat, because this example sold for $1,680. Very cool. So this is a 50-cent Franklin half dollar from 1956. It sold for $2,040. The big thing here is the fact that it accidentally got struck on a 25-cent planchet. So back in the day when they were producing this coin in 1956, someone either intentionally or unintentionally put a 25-cent planchet in the hopper, and it struck on this coin. This is a big mistake. So that's where I'm a bit skeptical, because if you think about it, I could really see an employee just really bored saying, hey, I'm gonna throw a couple of these planchets in and see what happens, and then maybe they bring them home to their family, show them, and then one day it gets into auction and gets sold. Something that's typically worth only 50 cents is worth a whole lot more money years later. We can't be for certain how these errors actually happen. All we do know is that they are genuine errors coming from a minting facility, and they are selling online for a ton of money. One last thing I'll say is that if you look on the holder here on the label, it does say cleaned. A cleaned coin is a bad thing, especially if you use some sort of corrosive or harsh chemical to clean off the dirt. You will decrease the value of the coin, so be very careful when it comes to dirty coins, because you don't want to clean the coin and damage it and make it worth less money. $2,040 for that one. $5,040 for this Kennedy half dollar. Again, it's a genuine 50-cent piece. This one from 1977. However, this one got graded by NGC at an AU55. It weighs 11.2 grams. That's the big takeaway here, guys. 11.2 grams on your 1977 coin. If that is the fact, you need to pay close attention, because you could have something that is very, very rare. This is what we call a 40% silver planchet transitional coin. So this 1977 coin should have never been struck on a 40% silver planchet, but it happened. And this is something that typically flies completely under the radar. No one knows what to look for on these coins unless you watch a video like this, or you just have that knowledge and experience that it takes to find something like this. And you can see the condition is not the best. It does look a bit dirty. This one got graded by NGC at an AU55, and it sold for $5,040. $4,320. We won't spend too much time here, but this one has an obverse indented by 1-cent planchet. So when they were making this coin, there was a 1-cent planchet in the way, obstructing this area. That's why it sold for $4,320. Last but not least, we have a 1965 10-cent Roosevelt dime. This coin sold for $12,600. That's a lot of money for this coin, especially being at a PCGS graded AU58. Now remember, 70 is the highest grade. So this coin is not even mint state. It means it was about uncirculated, so it went out to circulation for a little while and then came back into a collector's hands. They got it graded and they found out that this coin was actually struck on a 90% silver planchet. It's a transitional alloy. So how do you tell if you have one of these coins? Look at your 1965 10-cent Roosevelt dime. Make sure to write this down so you don't forget. Weigh the coin. If your 1965 coin weighs 2.56 grams, you have a silver planchet coin worth a lot of money. Write that down. Again, 1965 10-cent Roosevelt dime. If it weighs 2.56 grams, you're in for a treat because this example sold for $12,600. If you enjoyed this video, check out our completely free coin and currency ebook down below, and we'll see you in the next one.